Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cinema Scrutiny podcast. Um, had to come up with a new number this week. Looks like we're calling it 16. So back again. I am your host Billy, with my co-host John.
How you doing, Bill?
Doing good.
That's
It's
good.
been an all right week.
Yeah, it's been a
Um,
long week. We're shooting on a Wednesday. We had some stuff going on earlier in the week, unfortunately.
yeah, just some personal stuff to get through, but hey, we didn't miss the week. We're still here. We're a little late, but we're here. Um, And we have a good amount of topics to cover. And we're also going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 2 later on in the episode.
Which is
Uh,
hype.
oh, yeah, big hype. And we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But just to kick the show off, we're going to get the sad news out of the way. I feel like we just talked about this person not too long ago. Um, but unfortunately, this past week we lost legendary actor Sean Connery. He passed away at the age of 90, I believe.
Yeah, 90
Um,
is correct.
yeah, and it just sucks to hear. Um, you guys know we're big Bond fans over here. Um, I proclaimed him as one of the best, maybe the best. Uh, Still haven't really decided for myself, but
Yeah.
he's up there for me. And obviously, he has so many other iconic roles. Do you have any favorite moments of Sean Connery, John, that you can recall?
I mean, I think definitely like the James Bonds are great, but it's like obviously a more serious role, or at least he's being suave. He's being the gentleman spy. The Hunt for Red
Yeah,
October is a great one. He's opposite Alec, whatever his name is, Alec Baldwin.
right.
That was really good. Obviously, a great war movie. I think my favorite movie from him is probably Indiana Jones, where he
Yeah, I
plays
think that's me
Mr.
too.
Jones or Doctor Mr. Jones or whatever the fuck.
Senior.
Yeah, and I think that was just like a great movie. Like it's so different, I guess, from what you like have seen him do in the past.
Right.
It's like it's almost like the range of it. It's like all of his other roles, like the Hunt for Red October and this are like a bit more serious,
Hmm.
and he just plays Indiana's father so well. And I think that's probably my favorite. Like I don't know. I just like him and Harrison Ford as well. I think they had a great dynamic in the film. And
Yeah, it was great.
yeah, I mean, I think he'll be definitely missed. Very, very great actor.
I agree. I'm with you there. And I would also say Indiana Jones is probably my favorite as well. And because when I was a kid watching the Indiana Jones movies, Last Crusade quickly became my favorite. And he was definitely a part of that. Like his character was very funny and charismatic, and he fit the tone really well. Just good stuff all around. Um,
Yeah, I agree. I think it's one of it might be my favorite Indiana Jones out of the three, and the only three because there's only three movies. Um,
okay.
they tried to do something, but it went straight to television. Shia LaBeouf was there, maybe I don't fucking
Sure. Sure.
know.
Sure.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just such a great movie. Like the quest for the Grail is just always such an interesting. It's one of the stories that's been told forever, right? But I think it's always really interesting to get a new perspective on it.
I agree.
And
Yeah, and it really fit the character of Indiana Jones and his dad looking for it, like before he was around, and
yeah,
just good stuff all around, and a great actor, and there's so many roles that we haven't even talked about, and I'm sure we haven't seen a lot, but we recognize the greatness and the legendary career that he had. So,
yeah. I think if
um,
if you have time this week, just watch any Sean Connery movie. Really, I think The Hunt for Red October is on Amazon Prime.
yeah,
I believe Indiana Jones is also on Amazon Prime. I don't think any of his original James Bonds are streaming right now, but they are also,
maybe on
they're all
Hulu,
great. Maybe I'm thinking maybe Hulu
maybe,
or Amazon again,
yeah,
but they're
not
great.
positive,
Like they don't miss.
yeah, I
Or
would
any
agree,
of the movies that those are just the movies that we like from him. But like obviously he's been in a lot of stuff. He's been in Hollywood for a long time. So
right.
if you have a favorite movie that we didn't talk about, list it in the comments, and then tell us why you like it, and we should probably see it. I feel like the dude doesn't miss in anything that I've seen him in. So
Definitely. I would 100% agree. So, rest in peace, the legend, Sean Connery. Um, and moving on to, well, I guess it's not really much of a better story,
No, it's just
but it is definitely interesting, and there's definitely uh, some spiraling going on behind the scenes with this one. But we have another story coming out of the Snyder Cut. Well, it's not necessarily the Snyder Cut. Ray Fisher is back again with more allegations against Joss Whedon, bigger allegations against Joss Whedon, and it looks like he's claiming that Joss Whedon digitally changed his skin tone, and that does not sound good. That does
yeah.
not sound good
I
at all.
don't think it was Fisher's skin tone directly. I believe he was saying that it was of an actor. Like he didn't choose to name the actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I mean, so his new claims, and this is from an interview with Forbes, I believe.
Yeah.
What happened was Fisher started to elaborate, and one he did allege that Joss Whedon digitally altered the skin tone of an actor of color during post production because
Yeah.
allegedly again, like all of this is allegedly. Joss Whedon did not like that person's actual skin tone and just wanted to change it.
Right.
He also is claiming that a lot of because we're seeing a lot of like cut scenes from the film, like Iris West was cut, and some other actors, like some other characters of color and actors, were cut from the film, and he's claiming that the cut of Iris West and the Flash storyline was a racial decision versus like a story decision.
Right.
Yeah, so like basically he's calling Joss Whedon a racist, and he's listing out why he believes Joss Whedon is a racist. And then on top of that, because of this, he also said that they reshot almost 100% of all of the scenes with Cyborg in it, and he feels like it was very tense and aggressive on set, and that a lot of it was racially motivated.
Right.
So
Well,
this is the new allegation, which, if true, is fucking wild.
yeah, very bad. Very, very bad. And I guarantee Warner Brothers is scrambling behind the scenes to get him to shut up. Um,
Yeah.
these are not the things you want to hear coming out of this, especially when you're trying to. Well, I guess theoretically it could bode well for the Snyder Cut if they're saying it's gonna not have those issues. But I don't know if you noticed this week, very close to when this news or after this news came out, the Snyder Cut trailer actually went down on YouTube. They took it down.
Interesting.
And it took them a couple hours, but they finally made a release saying, "Oh, but there's music licensing issues, so we're just getting those worked out, and then it'll be back up on YouTube." But it's like, if that was an issue, why didn't it? Why wasn't that resolved before it went up, like
Yeah.
back in August?
I don't know. I like the question is, I guess, why would they pull it down? It could be coincidence, like remembering the video game Alan Wake got pulled after 10 years because the license that they owned for the songs expired.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could be like Warner Brothers owns a song for 10 years and they're like, it just went up, so we need to just get the license real quick.
That's true.
It's also possible that they thought that this news was going to be bad and they didn't want people to downvote the Snyder Cut, which I think would be the wrong way to answer this because it's about the Whedon cut.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
like that way you just don't get any, dislikes, right? Like you're just blocking out so that you only keep the likes that you had in the initial vibe. Just to grab a quick quote from Fisher. He said, prior to Justice League's reshoot process, blatantly racist conversations were had and entertained on multiple occasions by former and current top-level executives at Warner Bros. Pictures, end quote. So, it's really fucked up, right? Like, that sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
I guarantee this isn't the first time that it's happened on a set.
No.
And I guarantee, like, he's just talking about something that I think genuinely exists. I think that if we're being honest, there are conversations at the highest level of any film.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like even at Disney, they're like, well, what if like this character, like, why is this character black? Why,
Right.
do we want, like, oh, this movie needs a black person. You know what I mean? Like when you start to shoot
Yeah.
things and you're talking about inclusion and like, from certain perspectives, those can be definitely conceived as racist. Like asking, could this film have more representation? I don't think that is necessary. Like, that's great, right?
Right.
But then,
Yeah.
like, there are questions like, is this dude too black? And like, that's when it's like, what the fuck, Warner Brothers? Like, what the fuck,
Yeah, it's like,
Joss? Like, what are you doing?
why is that even a question?
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think this reminds me a lot of John Boyega's ongoing battle with Disney
Yeah,
behind.
actually, that was there was an update to that this week, right? That he was having like open and direct talks with Disney throughout like the entire trilogy
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
racial like problems that he was facing during filming.
right. And he's talked about that before, and he'd alluded to it before. But Ray Fisher, obviously, with this, he's being a lot more direct with it, and just coming out saying, "Yeah, this happened, and it was terrible."
Yeah,
Um, the best thing I could really say is, let's hope to God it didn't happen because it's just fucking terrible.
yeah,
If it did, let's hope that Warner Brothers is rearranging their chips where they're falling right now because it's not looking good. Does not look good for them.
no. If
I mean,
anything, I think it's worse for. I mean, it depends, I guess, because it does. Like based on what he's saying now, it obviously seems like more people were involved than Joss Whedon. So it could
yeah,
be systemic. It could be just a bigger problem overall.
right.
Um,
I haven't seen any statements from Joss Whedon on the situation,
yeah,
and I wouldn't be surprised if he says nothing because a lot of
yeah.
people do that in situations like this. But we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. But
Yeah, it's
as of right now,
certainly
I'm gonna go
interesting.
ahead and assume Joss Whedon is not gonna be getting any work anytime soon. It's gonna
No.
be very hard for him unless he's working independently. But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely not. I'll be interested to see what happens going forward because I feel like, especially for the DCEU, it's actually a lot. Like even though there's less characters, at the moment it feels more diverse than the Marvel universe for sure.
yeah, yeah. In a lot of ways, it's
Yeah,
true.
like the only person, it's only Batman and Superman, or I guess the Flash that are really like um like American white men, right? Like Jason Momoa is from Hawaii.
Yeah,
He's like, and then Gal Gadot's from Israel.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, she's
So
in the Middle
like,
East somewhere.
yeah, you got like a woman of color. For people don't necessarily consider the Middle East sometimes to be like of a color. They're like, it's not enough color. Because we did see that with Cleopatra. They're like, why is she playing Cleopatra? I'm like, she's like 10 minutes from Egypt.
Right, right.
Like we're close. We're so close.
It's another ethnicity, so there's inclusion there.
Yeah, ethnicity. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah,
And I feel like Ezra Miller feels something. I don't know. He feels
I,
lavish.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he feels
but
like a
I.
woman beater. Haha.
Oh my God, yeah, that got swept under the rug real quick.
Yeah. So they got other bullshit going on. Well, it was a very weird. I don't want to get into it. It was
Very
like
weird
she asked him
situation.
to
Yeah,
punch him in the face or something. I can't remember.
very weird.
Just
Very
fucking
weird.
wackos.
Only something only you would see Ezra Miller in that kind of situation. I feel
Only
like not
DC film
surprising.
actors.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously.
Mm.
Um, I don't know, but well, moving on away from
Yeah, let's get out of here.
DC. Yeah, let's get out of this room. This is weird. Um, we have an interesting article that we found through IGN this week.
Mm.
We have a list of movies that should have came out in the past decade. They put them all together. These are movies that were delayed throughout the decade and didn't end up coming out at all. So there are going to be some movies on here that actually came out in 2020
Mm.
or like very early in 2020 or through streaming. And I don't. I guess I'm just gonna go down this list.
Yeah, I mean, I
We
think it's just
have
interesting to see because some of this is COVID related and some of this is just like what happened. You know what I mean?
Development Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it is. Bill and Ted 3. You could see that was. I believe that went to Amazon
Yes.
or went straight to streaming.
I also believe Bad Boys for Life came out this year.
It came out very early in like January. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, start at the top of the
And
list. Let's get down this thing.
yeah, yeah. Neil Blomkamp's Alien.
Yeah.
We were going over this before. You had never heard about this, John, at
No.
all.
So this was actually from earlier in the decade. Because if you scroll, like I'll scroll down a little bit, you can look at the actual list. But they have like little paragraphs on everything.
Right,
And
right.
Neil Blomkamp was going to be after Prometheus came out, but before Alien Covenant. And
Okay.
this was in like obviously like in 2010. Neil Blomkamp was actually like a big director or a bigger director. I believe Chappie had just come out, and not Alien, District 9 was like also just come out.
Right.
Neil Blomkamp is basically irrelevant now, unfortunately. He does good. So what he does is he has like a small independent movie house, and they do like 30-minute movies and put them up on YouTube.
Right.
And they're pretty good if you have a chance. They're not great. They're like, I mean, they're very Neil Blomkampy.
Yeah.
They're like weird. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would you make this? But
yeah.
yeah, like I think that would be interesting, because I believe Neil Blomkamp would make a weird ass fucking alien movie.
I think so too.
And it would be I think it would work.
I actually remember when this rumor was going. Well, it wasn't a rumor. It was originally it was going to be something.
It was going.
And then obviously it just never really materialized. And I remember this way back in the day. I remember hearing about it. I was like, yeah, that sounds right. And then eventually Alien Covenant happened, and I was like, why?
Yeah, I believe the Alien movies, Covenant and Prometheus, I believe they just did not do as well as everyone thought they were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just kind of tanked the Blomkamp idea.
Right. Well, I guess the next movie we have is At the Mountains of Madness. This was a Guillermo del Toro movie that was supposed to happen. And the little paragraph down here says Prometheus kind of derailed it and made him not want to do it. But I never really heard about this movie. I'm pretty sure it's a book adaptation of something.
An H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. James Cameron was going to produce it, and Tom Cruise was going to star. Ooh.
Yeah, that would have been pretty hot.
Universal wouldn't... Too. Oh, I see. Guillermo del Toro wanted it to be fucked up. And
I'm sure he did.
Was like, no.
Guillermo del Toro's, he's got an exquisite taste, some might say.
Yeah. Also, apparently, At the Mountains of Madness was too similar to Prometheus, so that's why he decided not to do it.
I see.
Yeah.
All
right. Let's
next
jump.
week. We also have all of the Avatar sequels.
The fucking
2, 3, 4, and 5.
Joke.
We don't even need to talk about why those aren't out. James Cameron's just running. He's chasing like a laser pointer with that one. He's like a cat chasing a laser pointer.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot, yo. I mean, like, listen, James Cameron, has he made good films? Yeah, I'm sure. I like Titanic, boat, cool boat, nice.
Yeah.
Avatar 1, it was cool to look at if you watch it now. The graphics, honestly, they look like, I think video games have caught up to where Avatar was, which is sick. But,
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's not that great. It's like long, and the pacing is kind of bad, and it's kind of boring.
Yeah. Avatar 1's okay. Like I remember I enjoyed it when it came out. And I'm sure if I rewatched it, I remember it was an interesting movie. Like there was interesting things going on.
Yeah,
but
it was crazy.
I never co-signed the idea of 2, 3, 4, 5. Like maybe 2, maybe 3, but 4, 5. Like where are we going? Like
like
I never thought a story like that would like evolve into like a 5 quadruple sequel. Like I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
George Lucas, fucking when Star Wars blew up, he didn't even think 5. He's like, I'm gonna make 2 more, maybe.
Yeah.
And then like 30 years later, he's like, you know what? That was fun. Like I'll just make another one because what am I doing?
Right.
But like immediately James Cameron's like, we're gonna make 5 more movies, 4 more movies, and like that sounded cool 10 years ago. Avatar 2 was supposed to come back, I believe in 2014. But like at this point, so the whole thing's fucked. Like if you write that story, Avatar 1 in like 2010 or whenever this movie came out, like if we're going at these numbers, and like I'm not wishing ill death upon anybody. People in that, like, Sigourney Weaver would be dead by the time the 5th one. Like, I don't understand how he wants to have a cohesive story with the same characters when these actors are just dying. Like, Zoe Saldana, she's like 15 years older than she was in the first one.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You fucking crazy.
We may be seeing a big time jump for all we know. But I totally agree. It's like insane the amount of time that they're taking for it. The technology's got to catch up, John. The technology. It's all about the tech. And
But I don't understand. If you already shot the film, what are we sitting on? Like, are we just
the
waiting for
technology.
better drawing?
It's the technology. That's all they keep saying.
Yeah, the problem with that is
regardless,
it's like if you film it and then you're like, we'll do it all in post, we're just waiting for the technology. By the time the technology catches up, you probably have to reshoot it because the technology uses new fucking production techniques.
yeah, you can't even. Yeah, I agree. We'll see. We'll see what's going on with that when
James
it happens
Cameron literally
in 5 years.
He lost his fucking marbles. It's actually, I believe, Avatar 2 is scheduled for next year. It was supposed to come out this year, but something COVID. But I don't believe that for a fucking second.
I don't believe it either.
Because where's 2 and 3
are apparently 2 and 3 are apparently done, and I say that with big doubt.
That's what we call cap.
Yeah, big cap. But whatever. You know what? We'll wait and see what happens. I'm sure the trailer will be interesting nonetheless.
I'm sorry. We already got fucked again. It says down here the October 2020 update. Avatar sequels are set to be released every other year from 2022 to 2028.
Great. So I'm gonna be
2 years.
I can't wait for 2028 when the Avatar series wraps up. That's gonna be a moment right there.
Bro, my life is gonna wrap up in 2020. I'll be fucking like Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Anyway, let's go through this list more.
Yeah, realizing
Bad Boys for Life. Huh? Bad Boys for Life. It's out. That was in development hell throughout the whole decade. Good to see that it actually happened. Apparently, it's really good. I haven't seen it, but I'll probably get there one day. Beetlejuice 2. This has been in development since like the 90s, since the first one.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. Doesn't need to happen. It shouldn't happen. Whatever. Black Widow. It's done. We're waiting. We're just waiting. Bride of Frankenstein / Dark Universe. This kind of got scrapped with the Mummy series or the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, they were trying to reboot the Mummy, and then they were going to boot it into a full shared monster universe, which
I thought would have been sick.
Yeah, I think they did it in the wrong way, but it had potential to be sick because if we're thinking about a monster movie universe, right?
Yeah,
I think the right answer is we get a bunch of monsters, we get a bunch of monster hunters. And we do like some like Dracula versus Van Helsing, and Van Helsing is with Tom Cruise, and like he's fighting the Mummy, and like it's almost like the Justice League fighting like the Dark Justice League or the Injustice League or whatever.
Right.
But instead, like, so they announced the Mummy. The Mummy sucked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But then the other movies that they choose to do, like Bride of Frankenstein, like she's not a villain. I mean, like she is, but like I don't like that's not a compelling. Villain. Like
I think
Frankenstein himself, or Frankenstein's monster for you sci-fi correct freaks out there. Like for instance, like no one, like I don't give a fuck about Frankenstein the person unless he becomes a good guy that tries to help us kill Frankenstein's monster, right? Like but it was just all wrong. Or like the Invisible Man, like Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man. Who gives a fuck if he's invisible? Like that's so boring.
I agree. I mean, I thought this monster movie universe was going to be cool. I think it would have been interesting to see them do Bride of Frankenstein in the kind of tone of that Mummy movie, that Tom Cruise movie. Cause
yeah, I just don't know where that comes into like this is going to be useful later. You know what I mean? I feel like
I don't know either.
Is very
like how are they all going to link up eventually? Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
To me, that feels like a very standalone film.
Yeah, definitely. But it looked cool. But when it finally came out, it was like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
But I mean, rest in peace to the Dark Universe.
The Invisible Man came out. What?
Yeah, it came out last year, but I don't think it's correlated to the Dark Universe. I don't think that they're actually.
Was Johnny Depp in it?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, this is the one with Elizabeth Moss.
Yes.
And she's like, my boyfriend's trying to kill me, and also he's invisible.
Right.
And they're like, that's ridiculous.
Apparently that was good though. So
yeah, but also like that movie was so tonally different from The Mummy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But
Oh god, a
I
Wolfman
think that
reboot.
was like the problem with it though. Everything would have been different. Like each movie would have been like drastically a different tone. I don't know if it would have all blended together well.
Yeah. Well, I'm reading here. The last update is that Wolfman is getting a reboot with Ryan Gosling. That's on the table currently.
I remember hearing about that recently.
I feel like he doesn't look like a Wolfman, but I guess we'll see.
Well, they got to make him look good. So when he's not the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, this one actually is kind of sad because I.
the Wolfman.
No, there's the second one, Disenchanted (parentheses Enchanted 2).
Oh, Enchanted 2.
Yeah.
I remember when Enchanted came out. Uh, yeah, I actually remember. I remember enjoying it. I saw
Yeah,
it in the
Amy
theater.
Adams was good.
Yeah. I never thought it was getting a sequel. I remember hearing about it getting a sequel, but the fact that it never came out doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
because I feel like that movie was like a one-off type of thing.
yeah. You know what? I don't think it's even
I
on this
never
list.
imagined it.
But sorry, go for it.
No, I go ahead.
I was gonna say Tron's not on this list, but Tron 3 was supposed to come out this last decade as well.
That's true.
All right.
IGN, get your shit together.
Yeah, well, they just listed some. I'm gonna start rushing us through these just a little bit to keep pace.
Yeah.
Uh,
Divergent
Ooh, it's tough.
flopped. Big flop. It's okay.
Yeah, if
I'm
I
alright with it.
remember correctly, the Divergent first two or three movies came out in theaters, and then the
First two
third one
did.
was so bad that they went straight to TV.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck.
Yes, I believe.
That's okay.
Yeah, instead, so Allegiant was the last one in theaters. It was so bad that instead the plan was to conclude the story with a TV movie. That way they could spin it into a TV series, but it never happened. There we go. So the TV movie didn't even happen.
That's okay. Divergent wasn't good anyway, so
Yeah. All
sorry,
right.
not sorry.
This never
Uh,
happened, but I believe this can happen.
The Division
Yeah, so this is Tom Clancy's The Division, like the video game, if anyone's ever played it. It's about a.
game sucked.
Well, the game's good now. The second one is. But the game was okay. I agree, it was kind of boring. I wouldn't say it sucked, though. Like, the game. This isn't a gaming podcast. We're going to keep going. The story is cool, though, no matter what. I think the story is interesting. It's about somebody spreads a plague by they lace money with like some sort of infectious disease, and then
Yeah.
they distribute all the money on Black Friday, and then it hyper circulates through New York City and like all the other major places within the US. And so
Right.
like everybody instantly gets this super infectious disease, and there's quarantines, but like it's worse than COVID. It's it's much more.
It would definitely resonate right now with audiences for sure.
Yeah.
In
Well,
that
so
story.
then the idea of this, because Tom Clancy always has his like super weird blah blah blah, is there's a secret agency of the United States called the Division, and their only purpose is that if the entire U.S. like self-destructs, whether it be infectious disease or like just society starts to collapse, the Division are like sleeper agents within the American public that just instantly turn on. I mean, they're not like Russian programmed agents. They're just
Yeah.
like normal people that are like, they have their day job, but then if the world goes to shit, they have to respond. Like they instantly go into action.
Right.
And so the original announcement was Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain to be the main stars for the Division, which would be sick. Like that,
That actually would be sick.
yeah, like that sounds great. Yeah. I don't know. It just never really came to be. Like, yeah, the director left in 2018, replaced by David Leitch. Fast
Right.
forward, Ubisoft announces during E3 that stuff is just happening, but it's happening very slowly. This is the only long gestating title on the list to get swooped by Netflix. Oh, Netflix bought this. I like that.
Yes. Oh, Netflix bought that a while ago. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, my guess is that because, like, obviously, as we know from last week's episode, if you guys watch, that Ubisoft also sold Assassin's Creed to Netflix.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's an opinion piece on IGN, which if you haven't read, I forget who wrote it. It's actually a really good article. Anybody should read it. And it's an opinion piece that states that Netflix is going to win the streaming war by making good video game adaptations.
That would be a good move,
Yeah,
honestly.
they're like the Witcher series states how well they can do it because you instantly, if you do it right, you get the entire game's audience, and then you get new people who are excited by it. You know what I mean?
That is a good move.
Yeah. So they're
Netflix
like,
they know what they're doing over there.
yeah. So honestly, if The Witcher is any indication of how fucking good Assassin's Creed is going to be,
Yeah.
I would lose my mind. Like that Assassin's Creed is so I love Assassin's Creed and I would just explode. And like if they did this correctly,
it's fucking crazy. It's gonna be nuts.
oh, I'd love I just love Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain. Honestly, like they're both great actors.
They are both really good.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. I don't know. It's just kind of in. I don't even want to say development hell. I think Ubisoft probably was like really excited, and then Assassin's Creed with Michael Fassbender came out, and they're like, "Everybody stop!"
Everybody, don't do anything else.
They're like,
Let's
"Nobody
reevaluate.
move." It's like they stepped on a fucking landmine.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Let's keep moving through this topic.
The
Expendables. That's a stupid idea. We're just gonna skip that.
I thought that was a dumb idea too, because honestly, the first three didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I like two of them, but no.
Yeah, and it's just to clarify, it's not just because it's like what I assume an all-female reboot of The Expendables. It's not why it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea because The Expendables is a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because like it does mention it here. Ocean's 8, really actually kind of fucking good. I like Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8, if Expendables was supposed to be a thing, just make it Ocean's 8.
Yeah, Ocean's 8 was...
Exactly. I agree.
Let's see. Okay, this is just DC.
The DC lineup?
Yeah, every DC film ever.
The DC. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We have Gambit. Oh my god, the Channing Tatum. You know about this, right?
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah,
R.I.P. that. But also
got shot in both knees and was told to drag itself like a mile. That movie is never happening.
If we're being real though, I didn't want that to happen. I don't think Channing Tatum would be good Gambit.
I don't think so either. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Let's keep going. The
Grudge. Don't need that. Inhumans. Canned by Kevin Feige. Yeah. It's okay because it went to TV and it was trash.
Yeah, but I believe the TV is still canon for some reason.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. That's okay.
We'll see.
The Last of Us doesn't need it because the game is basically a movie as it is.
Yeah, it's tragic, but also I believe, the update here is getting an HBO TV series adaptation coming from the creator of Chernobyl, which is also on HBO.
Oh, yeah. That's good news.
Yeah. So
they're good writers.
We'll see what happens.
Live, Die, Repeat 2 or Edge of Tomorrow 2 with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that'd be
First
sick.
one was good. It would be sick. I think that'd be a good sequel, actually.
Doesn't really
because it was a cool concept.
Yeah. Doesn't really need a sequel, I guess. But yeah.
No, it doesn't need it. But I think there's definitely like a lot of material you could use to make that happen.
Yeah.
Men
in Black.
Men in Black. Oh, the Men in Black 21 Jump Street thing. That's stupid. That should never happen. New Mutants came out. It's okay. No Time to Die. Pain. No Time to Die is just pain.
Still very excited.
Very
unfortunate that Sean Connery couldn't see it.
Yeah, that it does suck.
Yeah. Maybe he has. Maybe he's seen some of it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What else? Portal and Half-Life.
That's just stupid.
Doesn't need to happen.
So
Valve can't even make sequels. So
yeah, J.J. Abrams is attached to it. That sounds incorrect. I mean, that sounds right. I believe that he would do that. But,
that makes me more interested, but also doesn't need to happen. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Half-Life has a compelling story. Without getting into anything, Portal, it's not. There's no story there. Like, there's no the compelling point of Portal is portals, and you can't that's just not
it's puzzles. Yeah,
fuck that. All right, we're getting out of there. Red Sonja did come out, right?
I remember a lot about this. I remember hearing a lot about it, but I definitely never saw it.
Yeah, I don't think it did come out, unless I'm tripping. I've heard about it, though. Whatever, fuck it. Space Jam 2, I believe that is actually in post.
That's coming out Yeah, it is in post production with LeBron James. The teaser came out. It looks alright.
Yeah.
I saw the synopsis. Sounds potentially a lot worse than the first, but it'll happen. We'll see it eventually.
Yeah. All right.
um,
Star Trek 4, we've talked about that on the show before.
Pain.
Yeah, actually
Another
big
painful one.
fucking F, especially when you like one Zachary Quinto who plays Spock. I just
Yeah.
saw him in The Boys in the Band on Netflix,
Right.
which for as many times as I could say, if you have not seen that movie, go see it. It is so witty, it is so funny and like emotional. It's just great fucking film. He kills it. I want to see him be Spock again.
Zachary Quinto is actually a fantastic actor. I like him a lot.
And they're fucking with me over at these Star Trek things because literally everything that they fucking say sounds fucking amazing. They're like,
It does.
oh yeah, Star Trek 4, they were going to go back in time and Chris Hemsworth was going to be alive again. And I'm like, I fucking love Chris Hemsworth. Like, that sounds sick.
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking put him in there. But didn't work out. And
Star Trek 3 was also great.
it was so good. Star Trek Beyond, it was sick.
Yeah. So, sucks
then-
this isn't rolling along, to be honest.
I'm pissed. And then Quentin Tarantino's like, I wrote an entire script for one and I gave it to him and they're just sitting on it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. See, that's fucked up too. So
Beat the shit out of somebody. I'm so pissed. Because that sounds fucking sick.
it does. It does sound good.
Yeah.
What
But
else?
Disappointment all around. Triplets, never heard of it. Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, wait. Hold up. We're going back. Hold up.
Did you read it? Oh my god.
It's a sequel to Twins?
Oh, that's dumb.
Oh, okay. So Twins, for anybody that doesn't remember Twins, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Right.
And it's just such a stupid fucking film. Eddie Murphy was going to be their long lost brother? Wow, that would be great.
See, I love how you started out. You're like, fuck this. We don't care about this. And then you're like, twins.
Well, because, like, listen, I don't have time. If I haven't heard the movie, we got to go. We got to have time of it. We got an hour to keep on this podcast, and we're already at 40 minutes, so we're fucked.
Oh my god.
We're taking way too long. We've been 20 minutes on this because, like, these are all good movies that rest in peace.
Yeah.
But that sounds fucking neat. And, of course, Uncharted just fucking filmed, so we're A-okay.
It's coming.
Yeah, just been in hell for a long time. And that's the article. Fuck that.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Okay.
Matthew
Moving
McConaughey is
on.
weird as fuck.
Yeah, dude. Matthew McConaughey was doing an interview with Forbes, I believe. No, it was a podcast. Never mind. It's not
Yeah,
Forbes. That I got that mixed up. But he was saying that he was in talks at one point to be the Hulk, but it was the Hulk TV show, or he was getting inspiration from the TV show.
Yeah, so that he wanted to be the Hulk. Like, he asked Kevin, he was like, can you make, like, I want to be the Hulk.
Right.
And because he loved the childhood, he loved the 70s TV show when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Which is very weird because it's not good. It's just.
Well, it was good. It was good to them back then.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a man painted green, no cap. Like, he's
yeah.
just.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Listen, it's nothing like today, but that was life changing for some people back then.
Yeah. Also, it's the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. This is the podcast that he talked about.
There we go. Gotcha. I don't know. I think this would have been weird. I mean, obviously, we love Mark Ruffalo, but
I believe that he lost out to Edward Norton.
Yeah, see, I would have picked Edward Norton over him too. That's the thing, though. Like,
I don't know. Edward Norton's kind of.
Edward Norton's. This could be a discussion topic. I don't know. I think Edward Norton might. Actually, I don't know.
I think Matthew McConaughey might be a better actor than Edward Norton. No cap.
That's tough. That's close. That's a close one. But I don't know. I would have to see audition tapes for this one.
Yeah.
For between the two of them, I would love to see an audition tapes comparing the two.
All right.
Very strange though. Very strange.
Yeah, we'll never see it again, unfortunately.
Never. It's okay. Maybe we'll
you
show
know what?
Doctor Strange
Multitude.
too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Multitude of Madness or like the Spider-Verse, whatever. Or it was Doctor Strange too. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Doctor Strange too.
Be like, who the hell are you? It's me, Bruce. All right.
It's me, Bruce, working at Texas A&M.
All right, let's
Welcome.
let's move on.
Okay. We have Netflix news.
Yeah,
Okay.
bastards.
This is kind of sad. Netflix is raising the price too by like $1.
It is it's $1 for
And
the
the
basic
premium's going
plan.
up $2.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by this. All the streaming services are performing really well in the pandemic, for the most part.
Yeah, but that's why it's surprising.
Well, I don't think it's that surprising because I feel like if you're performing well and nobody's going to abandon your streaming service in the middle of the pandemic because it's like a lifeline for some people for entertainment, now's the time. Now's the time to get them.
I guess maybe now is the time.
And also, realistically, like I think most people have like the basic plan, and
I don't think
$1 isn't crazy. You think a lot of people have the premium, the 4K?
Well, okay, so the $14 plan is the most popular plan. That's not the basic plan. The basic plan is $9 a month.
Oh,
You
well.
get one screen and you get standard definition 480p.
Okay, I'm talking. The most popular one is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, the main plan is 2 screens and then you get 1080p, and then the premium I think is 4 screens and 4K.
Yep.
Which I don't know. I think it's not bad. Listen, it really isn't bad for the main one. $1's not bad. The reason that I wanted to bring this article up, one, I think that their model, like I think they should be more granular with their models, because like if we're being honest, like do I want 4K? No. Would I like an extra screen, like 3 viewers instead of 2 viewers?
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, like that sounds good. Like my whole family's on the Netflix account. You know, if me, my dad, and my brother are trying to watch something, like it's over. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I don't want to pay $18. And also, the 4K thing would just kill my fucking internet. And you really can't choose on Netflix what you're streaming at. So
That's
it
true.
would just try to stream at 4K, and we would all just eat shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Your internet would definitely collapse.
Yeah, so that's just unfortunate. But I guess the main thing that I wanted to talk about was if we're going to do this, we're going to add $1, and we're going to put $2 on the premium. Stop canceling my fucking shows. You stupid dumb motherfuckers. I'm so angry, bro. Like it really is. Like if you're gonna increase it and literally nothing has changed. Nothing. Right?
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
what is this extra $1 gonna do? I need it to not cancel my shows. Like, I mean, you can read opinion pieces. We've talked about it in the past. Netflix canceling way too many things.
Yep.
There are tons of shows, tons that I can even personally name, where it's like the first 1, even 2 seasons ain't that great. But then when you
And
get
they got them still going.
yeah, but then you get to season 3 or like 3 beyond, greatest shows you ever seen in your life. Like Star Trek: The Next Generation, first season's kind of ass, no cap. Love the show, but like if you're talking about like episodes in season 1 versus episodes in season 2 or season 3 when Riker gets his beard in season 2, that's like where the it's growing the beard. It's where the show thing comes from, the term.
Yeah.
Like some of the best television ever written, 100%. Or like Schitt's Creek, for instance. Schitt's Creek did so poorly in its first, I think, 1 or 2 seasons.
That's
that
true.
It had to
No,
switch.
Schitt's Creek is like a huge thing.
Yeah, it has switched from like whatever mainstream TV channel it was to like Crackle or something like that.
Yeah.
It won like 10, 15 Emmys last year. Like the final season was hilarious and it was just great. And I don't know. So basically, yeah, I don't want to take up more time on just the price raising by $1, but like I need them to take my $1 and do something correct.
Stop playing with my fucking money.
Well, just like stop taking my money and fucking not doing anything. Like stop making 1 season of everything and then leaving it on a cliffhanger and then be like, all right, fuck this. You know what I mean?
agree.
Like realistically,
Netflix should commit more to their shows that they produce.
yeah.
And just take the shot, and if it's really that bad in the numbers, then wait at least 3 seasons, 4 seasons.
I think what we need to do right now is consolidate. I think they need to stop putting out so much content.
No, they could, yeah.
Because the other problem is, right, like they go, they look at their cost benefit. They're like, this many people watched it. This is how much it costs to renew. And those are like the two factors they weigh. They're like, does the people watching it outweigh the people not watching it?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to watch 500 fucking like multiple, 500 season long TV shows that Netflix puts out every year? It's more than one a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
It's
don't
too much
have time
content to
for
keep
that.
up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, of course, nobody's fucking watching like the Umbrella Academy, or no one's watching Altered Carbon. Like, there's 400 other fucking shows on your thing, and you're putting them out every day. I don't know. It's ridiculous, and like some of it doesn't even get marketing. Like, if you go deep enough into Netflix, you'll see Netflix originals. Like, I just saw a Netflix original documentary on AOC, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, it's election time. Like, this must be new and relevant. Came out like 2 years ago. I'm like, when the what?
Never heard of it.
Never
heard of it. Very weird.
Fucking whack.
Well,
spend my money better.
Kudos to Netflix for securing the bag as they do.
Yeah.
But we gotta move
Altered
on.
Carbon.
I'm sure we will jump more into that as it comes at us.
Yeah.
And our last story, which is really more of a rumor, is that Wolverine might show up in Doctor Strange 2.
Hugh Jackman Wolverine specifically.
Yes. And I predicted this 2 weeks ago.
You did.
3. I'm just gonna say if it happens. I called it.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the board at Marvel. Okay. I've been inside Kevin Feige's office. I've seen the big map on his wall. It looks like Magellan.
Yeah.
Not surprised, but also holy fuck.
Yeah, what the fuck? I feel like your middle name must be Feige. You know what I mean?
I'm in the family.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it because I feel like that compromised me, but
This is from our favorite inside scoop source, Grace Randolph.
Yes, I like her.
She was also, the person to kind of break the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, this is it'd be crazy.
This would be pretty hot.
And Hugh Jackman has in the past. He did say the Avengers would bring him back.
And let's be clear. I don't think this will be more than a cameo of like a multiverse show up. You know how they recast like different characters and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be too extensive. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not even a fight scene planned or anything. Just seeing him show up as Wolverine is really all you need to get people like, holy fuck,
Yeah, I feel like they would probably give him a lot.
They might. I mean, they very well might.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's going to be a small cameo just to see him. It's like, yep, we just did that. And then see ya, we're on to the next thing.
I feel like, I don't know. Hugh Jackman to me is like such a big name. You know what I mean? Like, if we can get him for the whole time, let's get him for the whole time.
Yeah.
Let's bring the Hulk in. I could see what you originally suggested. Like, it's like him and his MCU counterpart. And he like kind of comes in real quick and passes the mantle. Something really cool that I think would be interesting to see. And this is my new theory. Regardless of how much screen time he gets, the end scene of the film, the after credit scene, is Doctor Strange going to somebody's house. And like you see on the mailbox, it says whatever Logan's last name is. Wolverine. Right. Logan Wolf. And then like he knocks on the door and he's with Wong, and Wong's like, is this the right place? And he's like, of course this is the right place. Shut the fuck up. And then it opens the door and he's like, hey, is Logan here? And then like it cuts back the other way and it's like, I'm Logan. And it's like, whoa. Yeah, and it's like whoever the new actor is gonna be, and then it like ends.
It's the X Mansion. He's gonna go to the X Mansion. Oh, that'd be hot.
But then it cuts back and it's like Taron Egerton. Is that the guy's name?
Holy.
People think, you know what I mean? Like it's like that.
Yeah.
And he's like,
or
it's
Tom
me.
Hardy.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be a really cool way to introduce the character.
I think it'd be a great way to introduce any of the X-Men. But of course, Wolverine is like the lead character.
Yeah.
These days. But yeah, I think this is great. I hope it happens. I hope that we are surprised more than what we can even expect with this Doctor Strange stuff, because I feel like every week we're getting more and more crazy shit that's coming our way with it.
Yeah.
But but all we can do is hope and wait.
Mm.
That being said, I think we should move into our discussion topic because I think we're running a little low on time.
It is 49 minutes in, so we have like
Oh.
10 minutes to talk about Mando, which I think is more than enough.
Sick. That's perfect. So we're gonna be talking about The Mandalorian season 2 premiere.
Yes.
Just came out last week. The new episode is coming out in just a couple of days. Highly anticipated. We talked about a lot of the rumors leading up to the show the past month and a half.
If you have not seen the episode, get out now because we are going to be definitely talking spoilers.
Absolutely. I have to say, jumping into this, great first episode.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it honestly might want to be probably one of the top 3 episodes.
It's one of the best episodes they've done. I think this is a great pickup spot. I think I've been seeing the trailers, like the TV spot trailers the past couple of days for The Mandalorian. It has a lot of content from the first episode, or this first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
And I think they've set up the story fucking great, like really perfectly. It's very simple. Like, he's really just trying to return Baby Yoda back to his people. And the base lead that he has is find more Mandalorians. And with that, with this first episode, I loved the opening, how he goes to this like underground fight club to try and find like, this underground connection to where Mandalorians might be.
Yeah, it's a much more city-based opening too. Like a lot of graffiti and like more urban architecture.
Dude, it was so dark. Like he gets into that fight with the mob boss and shit. And then I love how like he catches him in the alley and like hangs him up, and he's just like, I won't kill you, but like I won't decide your fate tonight or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he leaves him there, and that's just fucking things like closing.
He's like fucking Batman.
Dude, it was sick. I was like, dude, that's some dark fucking shit right there.
Yeah.
But then, that was really just like the opening. It's the first like 5 to 10 minutes of the episode. But then we take big turn into what I think The Mandalorian really thrives in is this Western vibe, going to this like unknown Tatooine village.
Yeah, he's tracking down a Mandalorian.
Tracking down a Mandalorian that he heard from through this mob boss. He gets there, gets to the saloon, if you will. He's like, I'm looking for a Mandalorian. I heard there's one in this town. And the guy is like, he looks like you? And he's like, yeah, it looks just like me. And he's like, well, you got to talk to the sheriff. He looks exactly like you. He turns around, the sheriff's in the door. And what is he wearing, John?
Oh, he's wearing Boba Fett's armor, bro.
Oh my god.
So that was like insane.
Yeah, dude. As soon as like they panned over and showed him, I was like, no. I was like, no fucking way.
So it's like, it's insane, right? You're like, that's fucking sick. And then he, but he looks a little different. I'm like, that kind of looks like Boba Fett. But like, we'll see. And then he takes off his helmet, and it's Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Who is a great actor. Like
very good.
And especially in this, very, very good.
Very good Western actor.
But at that point, they had me in the first half because I'm like, all right, Boba Fett's he really did die.
Right.
Like he just found, he got his armor off some Jawas. Unfortunate, but like this is it. This is the fate of Boba Fett. He's dead.
Right. But at this point, you're like, cool cameo, cool tidbit there.
Yeah, it's really deep, nice in the lore. I think, and I was talking to you before you even saw the episode, but I think the funny thing about this is given the rumors that we have heard over the past couple of weeks, which was that Mando himself, Pedro Pascal, was very angry that he didn't have enough screen time without the helmet.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny that Timothy Dalton very, very rarely wears the helmet during this whole episode.
Yeah.
I was like, what a kick in the fucking teeth, you know what I mean?
I understood exactly what you meant when I watched the episode, and I was like, wow, I guarantee that's the first episode, and that probably it stemmed a lot of Pedro Pascal's argument where he's like, I just had this whole fucking first episode with this other dude in Mandalorian armor, didn't wear his helmet for like majority of the episode, and what the fuck? Like,
yeah. Honestly, it's even more like it's just it honestly does feel like specific and pushed almost
Yeah,
because like so he takes it off at the beginning, confirms he's not Boba Fett, cool, right? But then like they
yeah,
go on the speeder bikes all the way to fight the Jawa, or they go to fight like the giant's like beast,
yeah.
and they run into the Tusken Raiders. He's driving through the desert. He doesn't put on even goggles. Like he's just
Yeah, I
chilling,
thought the
no
same thing. I
helmet.
was like, wow, this looks like they're just sitting in front of a screen while they're on these fucking bikes
Yeah.
because like how the fuck is he not getting blasted with sand right now?
Yeah, or like when you
Like
go, like when the Tusken Raiders show up and like they're about to basically die in that canyon, Timothy Dalton thinks, you know what I mean? No
yeah.
helmet on, like, but put a helmet on.
It's
Like,
like, bro, the helmet would save your ass from these Tusken Raiders. They're gonna attack you. Like,
yeah,
like
it's just so
I
strange.
don't know. But I will say about the speeder bikes, Timothy Dalton had the coolest speeder
Oh,
bike.
that was
And
so cool.
the fucking pod racer engine shit. That was sick.
Yes,
That was fucking awesome.
that was really
Um,
cool. That was also just a great callback to Tatooine and like episode one and the pod racing and
yeah, dude. As soon as I saw the engine, I was like, dude, fucking pod. This is pod racing. Like,
yeah, the whole thing was great. There were great callbacks, like the girl mechanic and her like three droids from season one.
yeah,
Like it was good to
yeah. They
see
were good
them
to see.
again.
It was good to see the droids being goofy. Like they kind of fucked up his ship. She's like, what the fuck? Like he already
Yeah.
doesn't like you. Like, um. But yeah, and like the overall like little arc of like this episode in general, like the village people and the Tusken Raiders coming together to defeat the sand dragon
Yeah,
mole,
that's a good. It's called the Crate Dragon.
the crate dragon, callbacks to the Sarlacc pit, saying the crate dragon lives in a Sarlacc, an abandoned Sarlacc pit because he ate Sarlacc.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's insane. Like,
Yeah,
and then the fight with the dragon with the jetpack shit.
yeah. When
Um,
he like him and the bantha like drive themselves into the stomach and blow it up from the
yeah,
inside. Oh,
yeah, dude, that was fucking awesome. Like, Mando's just so fucking cool, dude. Like,
yeah, he's a wacko.
he's a wacko, but like, it's so compelling, dude. It just like it reinforces the show so much more. Like, the character's so strong, like in so many ways. You know, he's.
Yeah,
I feel like the mystery about him like enforces like reinforces the show so much.
yeah. I think
Um,
the only complaint I could have would be that it felt a lot like the first season episode where him and Baby Yoda go to fight like the giant rhinoceros in the desert.
oh, true.
Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like the same plot. It's like go to cave to fight thing to get item. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Um, but like I don't know. Like it still felt like it made sense, even though it was a very similar plot, and it was still enjoyable.
yeah,
I think, yeah. I guess I have two complaints. It was that, and that I think the biggest complaint with season one is that it felt like a bunch of disconnected stories until the very end, where like it was just then two episodes of direct story.
hmm
And I think that everyone wants more of a through line. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
And
would
I agree
agree.
that you did kind of allude to it. Like they set it up. Like he's looking for Mandalorians to do the thing. I feel like this episode didn't really work towards that until the very end, like the very very last shot. Which, if they actually follow up on it, is what we is that like that's where I want like a more continuous story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree. I think they are like moving towards that like more long overarching story through the whole season,
Mm.
like finding the Mandalorians and stuff. But I think it's going to be very loose, like you said. It really just showed up in that last shot. That little cameo, well, potential cameo, the mysterious man on the hill.
Yeah, which is it. Okay, we're just let's get to it. Let's talk about it.
Talk
Boba
about.
Fett is alive.
Oh yeah, yeah, fuck yeah, he is,
Yeah, I forget the
and
actor's name. Something Morrison, maybe.
he's scarred from the Sarlacc pit. His
Yeah,
eyebrows are gone, but he's also. It looks like he's taken up like a pseudo Tusken Raider type of
yeah, he's
vibe.
got their gear.
Yeah. So,
But
but
also,
he,
if you've been living in the desert, that's what you use. You know.
yeah, definitely. But he's tracking Mando now. Now he knows that he's got his armor.
Yeah,
Fucking sick.
it's just interesting. The question is like, why does he not have his armor? Did he sell his armor to the Jawas? Did they take it off his corpse? Did he lose it
Right.
in the
And if he did
Sarlacc
sell it to
pit?
the Jawas, then why would he? Well, I guess we're assuming he's tracking Mando because Mando has the armor now.
Well, the interesting thing is that Boba Fett knows of the Jedi sorcerers.
That's true. He does. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good
he
point.
got
Ooh.
fucking slammed by one.
He nearly died by one. I
Yeah,
didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
yeah.
But would
And
Mando
Boba
know
was
where to
also.
go? That's another point. Like,
Would
would he
Boba Fett know
know?
where to go?
Yeah,
I'm
because
sure
honestly,
he could
if we're
figure it
thinking
out.
about it, like he he got thrown in the pit on Tatooine,
Mm,
and we're assuming he survived somehow.
yeah,
Well, he did survive somehow. It looks like he hasn't left the planet, and from what we understand, there's been no other Jedi shown up that he's run into because it's really just Luke.
yeah. I
And
mean, Boba Fett knows relatively what's going on. Like he remembers the Clone Wars pretty well
that's true too.
because he was
Yeah,
there. So like I mean, he tried to assassinate Mace Windu a couple times,
right.
but he knows all the major players. I think he probably knows who Darth Vader is. But my guess is what happens is he knows Ahsoka Tano for some reason because she's not really a Jedi, but she has a lightsaber, and he's like, I know a sorcerer, like she's not a Jedi
Right.
sorcerer, but like whatever.
Yeah,
And they do that, or B, Boba Fett's like, I don't know, but I know where to find out, and they go to Maz Kanata's castle from Episode 7
ooh, that'd be sick.
because
That'd
it
be cool.
hasn't fallen yet.
Right.
And because Maz has been there forever, and she has dealings with Han Solo, and debatably Anakin's lightsaber is there currently. So maybe
Yeah.
he goes there, talks to Maz, and then, I really think that maybe not this season, but like whatever season they end up delivering Baby Yoda to like the people, they're gonna straight up give him to Luke Skywalker. Like Luke is gonna be there. Like Mark Hamill is gonna be in this film, no cap.
You
He's gonna
think
be in the
so?
show. I can't think of another ending to the story except for he
What's he
gives
gonna
him.
do with it though? Like, what's he gonna do with Baby Yoda? Like,
He has a
is-
Jedi Academy, and then Kylo Ren probably kills Baby Yoda in like 10 years.
oh my fucking god, that's nutty. That'd be sick,
I mean,
dude.
that's
If
a
Mark Hamill
well-known
showed up.
fact, though, that Luke Skywalker's creating a Jedi Academy
Yeah.
during this time period. So he'd be
I mean,
looking for the
theoretically, yeah,
sorcerer.
it has to move towards that. Like, we are in the period of him making the academy.
Yeah.
That would be sick. I can't imagine that happening for a few more seasons, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if
yeah,
it's gonna be this season, but I think the end goal of getting Baby
of the
Yoda
show.
to a Jedi
Yeah,
is either giving it to Ahsoka or giving it to Luke. And
right.
I feel like
And we know
Ahsoka would
Ahsoka's going to
just.
show up this season.
I mean, I feel like it's definitely much more confirmed now that Boba Fett is seemingly confirmed. We still don't know if it's officially him, but like it's
Right.
definitely him.
It's definitely him. I think they're moving in a fantastic direction. I love this prediction you just made. I want to see it happen. um, and I definitely want to see Ahsoka because we know she's coming, and just like the fact that I feel like Boba Fett wasn't like highly predicted to show up, so seeing him show up is like a great turn of events, and I think it kind of throws us off a little bit as far as like the path to the Jedi, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it just became a lot more interesting. So
Yeah, I agree.
season 2 is shaping up very well for the premiere episode, in my opinion. I would say.
Yeah, I agree. I'm hooked already.
Yeah.
I think that we will probably, for fear of turning this into a Mando podcast, we'll probably just come back for the last episode and then do like a season review.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because we don't want to beat it over the head.
Mm-hmm.
But we're definitely going to be watching it as it comes out every week, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, 100%.
That being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Let us know what you guys thought of The Mandalorian. If you watched it, hope you did, because it's really fun. And be sure to comment down below your thoughts. Like and subscribe.
Share it with
we
your
need
friends.
it. We love it. Share it with your friends. the ongoing support has been great so far.
Mm-hmm.
Every week. The numbers are great. It's great to see people coming back every week and listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because this is our little train that we push along every week, and next week we're gonna have to come up with another number, John, because I don't know what comes after 16.
Yeah, I
I
was
don't know how
about to
to
say, if you guys can like think of a number in the comment section, we're going to be talking to some scientists.
Yeah,
I minored in mathematics in college, so I'm going to be going back to my notes and seeing if I can put a proof together for something.
yeah, please do, because I don't know what we're gonna do next week. It's gonna
Yeah,
be something else.
but
um,
we'll figure it out, and hopefully we can get that number to you. I believe we should be able to be back on schedule for Monday of next week, but
yes,
these are tumultuous times for us personally, so
yeah, I would
we'll keep
agree.
it going.
Absolutely. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Next week, just to give a sneak preview for next week, we're going to be talking about video game movies and why they flop, and why
Mm-hmm.
they have been flopping. And we're going to get into a deeper discussion on that, and potentially how video game movies can turn themselves around and become maybe potentially the next phenomenon out
Yeah,
there.
we'll see how Netflix is turning them around as TV shows.
Definitely, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that'll be for next week. We will see you guys again during our regular time of Mondays, and we hope to see you again.
All right, have a good one, guys.